Laziness Guide, the podcast for everyone who needs and deserves to rest. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas! And welcome to the Laziness Guide podcast, where you discover that laziness is good. My name is Simon, and if there was a motto to this podcast, it would be a quote from Casey Hamilton. Darling, I told you several times before, I have no dream job. I do not dream of day. This time, I want to talk about Christmas. This is one of the times in the year that should be joyful, cozy, and boost your happiness. Unfortunately, it isn't always the case. Apparently, wonderful Christmas time increases the likelihood of heart attacks, at least according to some researchers. In this episode, I will share with you my thoughts on how laziness can help you if Christmas is stressful and exhausting for you. Let's start with why Christmas time is so difficult for some of us. Why isn't it the time of joy and unwinding? First of all, we try to make it perfect. Perfect gifts, perfect food, perfect atmosphere. We want to make everyone happy and stick to traditions and make sure everyone is involved. Unfortunately, from the outside, it looks perfect. It usually means at least one person is exhausted and can't really cherish the moment. Too much work, too much stress, too little time. We've all been there. And what about gifts? Finding the best ideas and then making sure to buy everything and get it delivered before Christmas can be very distressing. Getting presents only for your closest relatives can take days. Moreover, often it costs a lot of money. Also, following all the trends in decorating, cooking, and fashion can end up in spending a little fortune. Mix it all with the struggle to avoid arguments, and you're done. Isn't it a little too much? I know. Tradition. It is a special time of the year, maybe the only time your whole family meets in one place. I don't want to discourage you from celebrating Christmas at all, no, but can it be different? I believe so, and you can do it with a little help from your laziness guide. Naturally, not everything can be fixed with laziness. Sometimes it's beyond our control, sometimes we just want it that way, and of course, Christmas doesn't just happen. The time comes every year whether you like it or not, but everything else requires some effort, some work. However, can we make it a little bit lazier? Here are 8 ideas on how to slow down around Christmas. 1. Make less food. Where I come from, the custom says that there must be 12 dishes on the Christmas Eve table. Frankly, usually there are more, like 15, maybe close to 20. But even if you decide to prepare 12 different meals, you don't need to make a ton of food. Smaller portions will work as well. 2. Do it earlier. You can make some of the food earlier and freeze it until Christmas. You don't have to prepare all the food like, 2 days before Christmas or on Christmas Eve. 3. Buy fewer gifts, especially as we grow older. It's more and more about the time and attention and less about the gifts. So maybe chip in for the gifts or draw lots for recipients like a Secret Santa scheme at school. 4. Share the work. You don't need to do everything on your own. Maybe every guest could bring one meal with them, or maybe someone could come earlier and help you make the table. After all, doing things together is what Christmas is about as well. 5. Listen to some Christmas music. Traditional Christmas carols or modern songs, they all make my heart lighter in that time of the year and make it easier to cope with stress and workload. Every year I switch my car radio to this one station that plays Christmas music all day, every day in December, and I love it. 6. Watch a Christmas film, like Die Hard or Home Alone, or whatever you consider to be a Christmas film. Just have fun in the Christmas spirit. 7. Go for a walk and explore your neighborhood. Look for the prettiest decorations, see how different the world looks like, and catch some daylight, so scarce at that time of the year. Walking is always good for you, and it's a cheap thrill in the Christmas spirit. 8. Focus on being together. Spend the time with people you really love, family, friends, or yourself. I truly believe that this is the most important part of Christmas. But remember, it's not your responsibility to keep everyone happy. It's a teamwork. You can only do so much. Other factors can also make your Christmas difficult, but being lazy about at least one or two of those can make your life better. And let's not forget that there is more to Christmas than stress and hard work. On the same website I read about the link between Christmas and heart attacks, I also read that Christmas time is good for your mental health. Rituals bring order and predictability into our lives. They let us calm and slow down. It's the time of the year when you don't need to chase anything. At least that's what I believe. Having some time off and spending time with your loved ones helps too. After all, it's Christmas time. A great opportunity to slow down and think about all the good things that happened this year. It's time to give, time to be together. We are here tonight, and that's enough. I hope you will have an opportunity to relax, sleep well, eat tasty food, and improve your relations with people who are important to you. In the next episodes, we will dive into leisure, traveling, holidays, food, art, and of course, laziness. If you know anyone who needs to hear that laziness is good, share the Laziness Guide podcast with them. Spread the word. And if you want to ask me about laziness or suggest an idea for a laziness podcast episode, drop me a line at lazinessguide@gmail.com. And have yourself a Merry Lazy Christmas.